Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Village of Frankfort Board. It is Monday, October 18th, 2021, and we ask our clerk, Katie Schubert, to take the roll, please.
Mayor Ogle.
Here.
Trustee Ledden.
Here.
Trustee Severia.
Here.
Trustee Farina. Trustee Petro.
Here.
Trustee Borelli.
Here.
Trustee Rossi.
Here.
Attorney Lamore. Attorney Murphy. Assistant Administrator Barica. Chief Chalepis.
Here.
And Village Clerk Schubert is here.
Thank you, clerk. Now, if everyone who is here would stand with me and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So our first item on here is what's called the unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and will be enacted in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so desires, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. At this time, I ask if anyone on the board would like to remove any of these items. All right, hearing none. What we will do is we will go through and we will explain what each of these items that we'll be voting on are, so that people that are in the audience, those who might be watching at home or that might be watching later on demand, FCTV Ch.6 or our YouTube, understand what it is that we're doing. Also let people know, if you go onto our village website, the agenda is listed there, as well as the packet that we all get that has all the draft items in there, so you can read all the things that we'll be voting on, and they'll be in the detail. It's the same packets that we receive as board members. So first item here, we will go to Trustee Severia for the bills.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Bills tonight equaled $937,740.51, with over half of that amount coming from our wastewater treatment plant loan payment of $521,311.64. Other items this month include $599.40 to Cup of Joe for senior breakfast, $25,566.86 to Robinson Engineering for our 2021 roadway program, $1,430.60 to Same Day Tees for our Old Plank Road Trail 5K t-shirts, and finally $1,230.88 to Sonoris Nursery for various fall decorations. That concludes the bills this evening.
Thank you, Trustee Severia. I jumped ahead on a little thing here too. We need a motion and a second for the consent agenda. Can I get a motion by Trustee Petro? Trustee Rossi with the second. Okay, great. Now we'll continue and we'll go to the Committee of the Whole report, and we'll go to Trustee Rossi.
Paving Services bid approval. At its October 4th, 2021 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed 8 bid proposals received for the parking lot paving services at the Village's Public Works Utilities facility located at 524 Center Road. The parking lot is currently in poor condition and requires grinding, resurfacing, and striping. Advantage Paving Solutions of Joliet submitted the low bid in the amount of $41,495. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board to accept the low bid and enter an agreement with Advantage Paving Solutions, Inc. for the project. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement with Advantage Paving Solutions, Inc. for parking lot paving services at 524 Center Road in the amount of $41,495. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Rossi. Now we will go to Trustee Ledden for 2 items, also from the Committee of the Whole.
Thank you. It's entitled Target Industry and Industrial Incentive Program, the T3IP program, new construction grants approval. The first item is McWeb Holdings, LLC, located at 22815 South Citation Road. Applicant Steve Weber of McWeb Packaging Corporation proposes to construct a new 15,783 square foot industrial building at 22815 South Citation Road in the Fay and Grafin Industrial Park. The applicant requests grant funding under the village's Target Industry and Industrial Incentive Program, which provides for $1 per square foot of the new building area. At its October 4th meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed the request and determined the project fell within the parameters of the T3IP guidelines and was eligible for a $15,783 grant. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board authorizing approval of the construction grant. Tonight's motion is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the approval of a Target Industrial Incentive Program grant in the amount of $15,783 to McWeb Holdings for construction of a new $15,783 square foot building at 22815 South Citation Road. The next item is Tricon Properties. Committee members also reviewed a T3IP new construction grant request from Tricon Properties proposing a construction of a 10,097 square foot industrial building at 9194 Gulfstream Road in the Fay and Grafin Industrial Park. Members noted the project fell within the parameters of the T3IP guidelines and was eligible for a $10,097 grant. It was the consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board authorizing approval of the construction grant. The motion this evening is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the approval of a Target Industrial Incentive Program grant in the amount of $10,097 to Tricon Properties for the construction of a new 10,097 square foot building at 9194 Gulfstream Road.
Thank you, Trustee Lynn. Now we go to Trustee Borelli for a Plan Commission item.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item is the Warfield Dugan multiple variances, 49 North White Street Ordinance. Chris Warfield and Betsy Dugan, applicants and owners of the property located at 49 North White Street, desire to remodel the existing garage on the property and construct a new outdoor lounging and dining area. To accommodate the proposed improvements, the applicants request the granting of the following variances. Garage height variance from 15 feet to 19 feet. Open patio setback variance from the side yard south from 10 feet to 4 feet. Accessory structure open porch setback variance from the rear yard east from 10 feet to 4 feet. And accessory open porch setback variance from the side yard south from 10 feet to 4 feet. At its October 14th, 2021 public hearing held on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded an unanimous recommendation to the village board to approve the variation request. The motion before us tonight is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance approving the following zoning variances to the property located at 49 North White Street. 1, a variation from Article 5, Section D, Part 3, A1A for maximum garage height from 15 feet to 19 feet, conditioned upon the garage shall not be used as a temporary or permanent dwelling. 2, a variation from Article 1, Section 1, Part 1 for open patio setback from the side yard south from 10 feet to 4 feet. 3, a variation from Article 5, Section D, Part 2B for an accessory structure open porch setback from the rear yard east from 10 feet to 4 feet. And 4, a variation from Article 5, Section D, Part 2B for an accessory structure open porch setback from the side yard south from 10 feet to 4 feet, all in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and standards of variation.
Thank you, Trustee Borelli. Now we have another Plan Commission item, and we'll go to Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. We have the Hampton Accessory Structure Area Variance at 11195 Sienna Drive Ordinance. The homeowners James and Sarit Hampton propose to construct a new outdoor living space which includes a detached pergola in the rear yard of the residential property located at 11195 Sienna Drive in the Vistana subdivision. The applicants seek the granting of an accessory structure area variance from 144 square feet to 215 square feet to permit the construction of the pergola. At the October 14, 2021 public hearing on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded a unanimous recommendation to the Village Board to approve the requested variance. The motion before us is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance approving a variation from Article 5, Section D, Part 3, for a detached accessory structure, pergola, from 144 square feet to 215 square feet for the property located at 11195 Sienna Drive in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and standards of variation.
Thank you, Trustee Petro. And we have an item here that we will go to Trustee Savaria to read.
This item is a release of certain closed session meeting minutes and destruction of verbatim recordings resolution. The village board has conducted its semi-annual review of closed session minutes pursuant to the Illinois Open Meetings Act and finds that the minutes listed in Exhibit A or portions thereof no longer require confidential treatment and should be made available for public inspection. In addition, the Open Meetings Act permits governmental bodies to destroy the verbatim record of closed session meetings not less than 18 months after the completion of the meeting is recorded. The motion before us is to adopt a resolution approving and releasing certain closed session meeting minutes and authorizing the destruction of audio tape verbatim records of certain closed session meetings of the Village of Frankfort.
Thank you, Trustee Savaria. Those are all the items that are on the consent agenda tonight. Is there any other discussion from the trustees, from the board? Okay, then can I go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote?
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Clerk Schubert. Sorry. Now, we have two other items that'll be on here, too. And the next one here is a purchase contract between the Village of Frankfort and Will County. And the Village of Frankfort and Will County, as the trustee, desire to enter into a purchase contract for the property commonly known as 22677 Lily Pad Lane, Frankfort, Illinois. The village previously expended costs for the demolition of an improvement on the property and maintenance on the property. The purchase price is $791 and is based upon the minimum cost and acquisition and conveyance through the county's tax liquidation program. The president and board of trustees find it is in the best interest of the village to purchase the property for public purposes, including but not limiting to attempting to recover the previously expended costs. The motion would be to waive the first and second readings and pass an ordinance authorizing the execution of a purchase contract between the Village of Frankfort and Will County as trustee for the property commonly known as 22677 Lily Pad Lane, Will County, Frankfort, Illinois. PIN number, the property index number, 1909-36204-023-0000. Now, this property was struck by lightning back in 2011. It's kind of a cleanup item for the Village of Frankfort and for our staff. It was in foreclosure at that time as well, and it's been one of those items that's sort of hung out there. We do need an affirmative vote of 2/3 of our elected corporate authorities on this vote in order to make this purchase. And at this point, I need both a motion and a second, and then we'll go to our clerk. We have a motion by Trustee Petro, and we have a second by Trustee Savaria. Is there any other discussion? All right. And now we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
Trustee Borelli?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Okay, so we got our 5 votes. All right, thank you very much. The next item on here is, and this is a celebration sort of thing too, OPA. In my capacity as mayor, village president, and as liquor commissioner, I will entertain a motion from the floor to adopt an amendment to the liquor ordinance authorizing an increase in the number of Class D1 licenses, which are restaurant, permitting bar and limited carryouts, liquor licenses from 0 to 1. And that reflects the upcoming opening of the restaurant OPA, which is at 10235 West Lincoln Highway. So the motion would be to waive the first and second readings and pass an ordinance amending the Village of Frankfort Code of Ordinances, Chapter 113, intoxicating liquor, to increase the number of Class D liquor licenses from 0 to 1 in the Village of Frankfort. Can I get that motion? Motion by trustee Borelli, second by trustee Petro. Any further discussion? All right, and again, I think we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Burley?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi? Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Severia? Trustee Petro?
All right, thank you. And we're all very excited about this new restaurant that is coming, and I believe they'll be open in about 3 weeks. They're still working on some things there. So now we get to the section called the Mayor's Report, and we have some really great news, as always, from Hickory Creek. They were recently ranked number 10 in the U.S. News and World Report's list of best Illinois middle schools. The U.S. News and World Report determined the ranks by looking at student proficiency and their performance in math and reading. The village's leaf collection program began today, October 18th, and will continue through November 29th. New Way disposal will continue yard waste and branch pickup through November. Please tie those branch bundles with string in a size that can be handled by one man. Bundles and yard waste bags must have a yard waste sticker affixed to them in order to be picked up. The Frankfort Country Market will end its 2021 season on Sunday, October 21st in downtown Frankfort. It'll go from 9 o'clock until 1. The village extends its thanks to the vendors, the residents, and the visitors for a very successful season, as well as certainly to our staff who did a great job out there, Sue and Kevin and Ken. The Frankfort Police Department will host its annual Safety Trunk or Treat Halloween event on Saturday, October 30th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Brighter Green parking lot in downtown Frankfort. The E.F. Bucko Costume Parade will kick off the event at 10 a.m., followed by trunk or treating. Local businesses and organizations will pass out candy and trinkets to the children from their decorated trunks, and details are available on the village website. And just so everybody knows, we've announced it already too. The trick-or-treat hours for the village are from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., and that'll be on Sunday, October 1st. So again, when you're out and about, make sure that you're extra careful watching for kids that might be, running out in front of the cars. Are all excited, and just everybody have a safe time and have a good time. Enjoy yourself. I did have one more item that I wanted to add on there, just a happy item, but then something else we'd like to talk about too. And then this is a bit of shout out to our Girl Scout troop 75115, who turned a newspaper box into a little free library and donated it to Chelsea School. Just a nice little thing to do, and another positive thing in our community. We just love to do this. Real quick off the cuff is that we've been discussing, and the comments have come up about Will County map that is being reapportioned. Every 10 years there's a census. We want to make sure that our residents are aware. And please go to the willcountyboard.com website and take a look at what's there and make public comment. It's very important at this point that you do that. We have tried to make sure that we get fair maps and good representation, and please educate yourself on this, and do go to that site. And there is a the final vote will be on this Thursday at 9:30 in the morning at the Will County Board and in downtown Joliet. And that is all I have tonight for the mayor's report. And at this point, we will go to our board comments, and we'll start with our clerk, Katie Schubert.
Thank you, Mayor Ogle. I just had a real quick thank you to Frankfort Fire. We had an emergency at my house this weekend, and they came in good time. They were professional, and we had a good outcome. So happy to be in a place where this is something that can happen when you have something scary. So that's all I had.
Thank you. Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, but no comments this evening.
Okay. Trustee Zavario.
I just wanted to say congratulations to Hickory Creek Middle School. It's a great achievement. Do we know when OPA is opening? I'm very excited about that.
I talked to the owner today. He's actually looking to make a couple other improvements. And so I directed him to the proper staff person, and I think he's probably about 3 weeks out.
Nice. And then I want to welcome Vinny Crudo to my family. My daughter got married on Friday. It was a great event, and I'm very happy to have him as my son-in-law. So that's all I have.
All right. Thank you. Trustee Petro.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to wish everyone a very happy and safe Halloween. It's always nice when it falls on a weekend, so it looks like we'll get to celebrate not only for the trunk or treat, but Sunday trick-or-treating hours. So enjoy, and hopefully we'll get keep some of this nice weather around. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Borelli.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to congratulate former trustee Bob Kennedy on becoming a grandfather. His beautiful daughter Amanda welcomed Briar Rose, and I saw this picture of Bob holding her, and it made me smile. So congrats, Bob. Congrats, Amanda. That's all I have.
Okay. Trustee Rossi.
I just want to congratulate Hickory Creek. That's a great accomplishment to be ranked that high in the state. The other thing is I want to thank Trustee Borelli, Trustee Farina, Clerk Schubert, Frankfort Police Department, and Frankfort Fire District. They did an excellent job of escorting home our retired colonel from her honor flight on October 6th.
Thank you. And now we'll go to our Assistant Village Administrator, John Barica, for the Village Administrator's Report.
Thank you, Mayor. Just to follow up on the leaf pickup that you talked about too, to remind people to put them in their parkways, not in the street by the curbs. And also with that, to check your sewer grates. A lot of them are getting filled with leaves right now. When it rains, it backs up. So if you see that, you can clear those off. Branch pickup, as states, over, but they will have one more run on 11/29. The village will do one more before they turn the plows over to their snow equipment. Happy to report that the water main replacement on Nebraska has finally started. It was a week late, some delays by the contractor, but they have that going, and they should hopefully be quick with that and get that done. They will not resurface the road till next spring. They will just dig it out now, and then they'll repatch where they dig up for the water main. And then finally, on behalf of our chairman, Teresa Cork of the Tree Board, she wanted to remind people that there are trees being planted by the village right now, from some that have died, and to continue to water those. You can do that through late October, November, until the ground freezes. And that's all I have tonight.
All right. Thank you, John. Now we'll go to our Police Chief, Leanne Chilipas.
Thank you, Mayor. Our first news is that we are hiring. So we are beginning a police hiring process. So if anyone would like information, applications are available at copsandfiretesting.com. You can get more information about the process and how to get that application on the village website. And just a reminder that applications must be turned in to Cops and Fire Testing by November 3rd. We're looking forward to this testing process and hoping to have a large pool of applicants for our eligibility list. So again, for more information, if you know someone that would be a great fit for our police department, please pass along the information. We have 2 support staff members who are retiring from our police department. We'd just really like to thank Donna Roselle for her 38 years of service and Wendy Kovac for 27 years of service to our agency. So they will be very much missed. But we wish them the best in their retirement. Thank you for the shout out regarding the trunk or treat coming up. We're very excited. We still have trunks coming in, so we will still take participants. And again, a reminder that everything starts at 10 with that EF Bucko Safety Parade. And for Halloween, you heard the mayor say hours and the nice safety message for everyone to be extra careful as we have trick-or-treaters going around. We'll have lots of squads out that night, and if you see a squad, kids, you might want to stop. They might have a treat for you if you say hello. And lastly, just again, we encourage everyone to lock their vehicles and never leave keys or key fobs inside. We encourage people to establish a safety routine, and the previous chief always gave that shout out with a 9 p.m. routine, so at 9 o'clock to go and check and make sure your overhead garage door is shut, that your vehicles are locked, and there are no keys or key fobs left inside of your car. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And now we go to our attorneys, Hannah Lamore and Jim Murphy. No report. All right, thank you. Any other business to come before Village Board tonight? Okay. Hearing none, are there any public comments? Anyone would like to make a public comment on the record tonight?
Okay. Every 10 years, there's a census report, and they draw new maps. And they know this is gonna happen every 10 years. So the Will County Board formed a special committee to review the maps using the census reports. And it was a bipartisan committee. And 3 months ago, they came up with a map that everyone agreed to, and they voted on it unanimously. So you would think that that would be enough. But the executive decided to propose her own map with only a week remaining for open discussion and to show her map. When it was questioned that it seemed a little political, they became offended and said that they followed the law exactly. But the law doesn't require that she comes up with a map, since they put qualified people on this committee to come up with the map. Some of the people actually worked on the map 10 years ago. So there was really no reason for another map to come up, since the committee was chaired by a Democrat, and there was 5 Democrats and 5 Republicans, and they all agreed to the map. So what I'd like to shed a little light on was there's not a lot of transparency here on their decision. There was overwhelming support for the 13 district map to leave it the way it was. This map, this 11 district map, makes no sense. It tears communities apart. It reduces representation. And there's talk about having to hire staffers and increase their budgets, their salaries, for the extra workload that is going to be a result of losing 4 elected officials who are responsible to the people, and now we'll have staffers that are responsible to the executive committee. So I guess I would have liked to see a little bit more public input on this map, seeing as how there was maybe, out of hundreds of responses, 6 or 7 people who agreed with the executive proposal. So we have one option left, and that's for everybody to voice their opinion, to write in to this committee and just ask them to please not tear our community apart and allow us to have our representation in Will County. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other public comments? Hearing none, we are going to go into executive session under Illinois Compiled Statutes 5 ILCS 120/2 C11, which would discuss possible or pending litigation. And can we get a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Savaria, second by trustee Burley. Any discussion? All those in favor? I'm sorry, we need to go to our clerk for the vote.
Trustee Rossi? Yes. Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Petro?
Yes.
And Trustee Borelli?
Okay, thank you, clerk. We are going to go into executive session at this time. We come out, there will be no votes that will be taken afterwards, and there'll be no other business that'll be transacted other than an adjournment. Thank you, everyone, and good night.